Okay. Okay. Very basically, yesterday's or the other day's video rather. One, I need to move the camera from vertical to landscape, so I got to figure that out. That's one step. Step two, ran out of battery, ran out of storage. That was wild. So I think at some point in that video, it cut off, didn't save, don't know what happened. But basically, today's video is about eBay. Yesterday's video was about eBay. The other day's video was about eBay. And what I left off was showing, displaying packaging. But that prompted me to have another conversation with a fellow reseller. Let me get you up to speed. This channel is predominantly about reselling, how to make a side income at any age, preferably over a certain age, but we don't discriminate about age. Age is not a barrier to entry when you are a reseller of any type of goods, and sometimes you're a reseller of goods in various formats. I sold goods in various formats on various platforms. More recently, I've been able to utilize liquidation, basically utilize liquidation opportunities to make a large bulk purchase and sales. But that prompted me yesterday. I was talking about how you can get packaging to basically to be able to sell something very quickly. I've been able to purchase poly bags to use that to sell goods very quickly. But I think the bottom line is that I'll just use these videos to just go about the day-to-day habits or the week-to-week habits that you have to make as a seller. As you see, many of my videos will be when the sun is down because I have a 9 to 5. A 9 to 5 that is not going anywhere anytime soon. So that means the 5 to 9 I will have to utilize in order to make sales. But one thing that I talked to a fellow reseller about was about packaging goods. Sometimes you think you need all of this packaging, all of these products in order to be able to start selling. But the best thing you can do is just to utilize what you already have. Most people already have Amazon goods or Amazon packages that they've already received. And what they can do is keep the box, keep one or two of those boxes, keep a box or two in the laundry closet, keep a box or two, not only in the laundry closet, maybe in your closet, and utilize that to basically to resell, to repackage what you're doing. And then you already have packages ready to go. You have a box ready to go, and you can ship and ship it out very quickly. Sometimes you might think that an item is just too big for you to sell online, but you can sell many things online. One item, one way you can utilize packaging, you don't have to order specifically from Granger, which is a supplier, or Uline. You may have seen some of these places where they have these big or large catalogs of goods, and you're like, oh, I need to order 100 boxes. No, you could go to your local Home Depot. You can go to your local Walmart if that's your place of choice. No comment on Walmart. My preference is Home Depot because it's the closest to me. And get the shipping box. And the shipping box is not going to be labeled shipping box. It's just going to be a box that you would normally use as a moving box. They have them in small, medium, large, in various formats. They have a small, medium, large, and not only do they have a small, medium, large, they have a extra a thicker one and a thinner one. So if you want it thin, I think they come in like 12 by 12 by 12 or something like that, or 16 by 16 by 16, some format, but they only cost anywhere between $1.50 to $4 for a box, and you don't have to feel compelled to be able to go and order like 100 boxes just to start shipping out goods. No, just go to Home Depot, go to Walmart, go to Walgreens, and then just use those boxes, or you reuse or recycle a box that you already have. Not only that, you can also go to your USPS store. This is a hack that you can do. USPS has priority boxes and boxes that you that you can utilize for free to be able to ship through USPS, United States Postal Service. And not only can you utilize those boxes, but sometimes you may have extra of those boxes. Say you got 3 of them, you only ship 2 things through USPS, but you have one package that you need to ship through UPS, the UPS store, the brown store. In that case, you may can get some wrapping paper and wrap that box fully. You can get some a full cardboard style wrapping paper or shipping paper from Office Max, Office Depot, and use that to wrap, double wrap it, of course, double wrap so it doesn't tear, and use that box as your primary box if you need to ship something that it may be delicate or something like that. As mentioned, I like to ship goods that are tangible, not perishable. I generally stick to shoes, clothing. And I'll utilize, hopefully I'm on camera. Like I said, I haven't really filmed on camera like this ever, but I'm going to try to provide some education because a lot of people are online looking for a secondary way to earn income, a secondary way, but it does require some work, and there are a lot of what you may feel are barriers to entry that are not there. Those barriers to entries are generally in your mind and not actually in reality. In reality, you have something in your closet that you no longer wear, that you can just take a picture of it with your iPhone, and when you pick on the iPhone, take a photo, use the 1x1 setting. It's a setting that allows you to take a square picture, because if you sell it on eBay, it works better in the square setting, because most people purchase on eBay on their phone. So not everybody sits at a laptop and purchases unless they're at work and they're doing whatever they're supposed to do. Not supposed to do, but a lot of people they might browse at work, but they'll purchase on their phone that same item, and they want to see, oftentimes they might be browsing on their phone, and if you have a square picture, that shows up much better than a picture that is not, which iPhone typically defaults to a non-square picture. So that's a good tip, an eBay tip for you. Take a picture, slide down, and pick 1x1, rather than you slide it down and then slide it to the left or right. With that being said, packaging. You're shipping big goods, use those Home Depot boxes to your advantage. You can use 2 boxes, put them together, use duct tape. Duct tape works. It does work. Duct tape is pretty efficient. So don't feel like, I have to go out and get Scotch tape or tape from Office Depot. You may have duct tape around the house. I would say duct tape over painter's tape or anything like that. Duct tape is a good to use, as well as if you have a long item, like I've shipped golf clubs. I've used 2 boxes together to make one box and wrapped it fully around. I've used 2 priority boxes to ship larger items. I can't think of what I had to ship that was larger than that. I can't think. I'll have to think of it maybe in another video. But packaging. You see this package, as we talked about in the other video, you don't even need a printer in order to be able to ship a package. You can ship a package using the QR code that you're presented with from the app. Specifically, we're just talking about eBay because that is the easiest, the most approachable way to be able to ship things or sell things, is because eBay has a built-in, they have millions of people that browse every day that are looking for products. Take a picture on your iPhone, get a nice little title. More pictures the better. 8 to 12 is my ideal. 8 to 12 photos. You don't have to be verbose in your description. Get a title that has some keywords in it, and get you package it up, purchase it through eBay. You'll get a little bit of a discount, and you can have it sent via QR code, and that QR code you'll be able to scan it in at your local UPS store is what I prefer to use, because they just have a lot more customer service. The lines are shorter, so I typically pick UPS ground or UPS something, even if I have to pay a little bit more for the shipping, just because of the convenience factor for me. Based on, as mentioned, I have a 9 to 5, so I don't have a lot of time. I generally have about 10 to 45 minutes to take care of some errands after work, and then I need to take care of some life errands that they present themselves. So, but do not think that you need to have a laser printer or a thermal printer. We'll go into what the different type of printers that you can have, the pros and the cons in a future video. I've had laser printers, I've had inkjet printers, I've had thermal printers. I will say, working backwards, thermal printers are the best. Laser printers are second best. Inkjet printers, but even better is printing it, sending it as a QR code to your email and allowing the store, such as UPS, to print the labels, thus cutting back your ink costs, cutting back your labels costs, and ensuring that you are shipping out products in a timely manner. So this is a product that I need to ship off. So I think the other day, I showed the product. I don't know when the video cut off because I got to post that video. This time I have it in landscape, so this one should be a much cleaner video. This might be the best video to date. I am not sure, but hopefully this is the best video to date. As far as clarity, he has a better camera. I'm shined up. I'm sorry, that's my culture. At the end of the day, I'm gonna be shining bright like a diamond. You know what I mean? But maybe in the next video we'll talk about what I didn't get to cover in the previous video was about utilizing all of your time, not only in packaging, but I'm going to wrap this video up right now. And we want to get into some product sourcing. We talked about thrift stores, using various stores. One item that you have to go above and beyond, and you need to know how to look for items. And I think I had a story about a gentleman that he had the shoes and so forth. Yeah, exactly. But quickly, know what you're looking for and know how to source. Pick a specific genre that you want. I like apparel, I like shoes, that's what I prefer to work with. This is what item that I found at the GW. We talked about the GWs, the Goodwill. This one's a little priced up. This is a little pricey. If you can see it, I don't know if you can. I think this is what they do. They put their hand behind it. I don't know. But that's what I've seen it on videos. $19.99. But this is not. If you can see that, you probably can take a look. That's that. That's the brand that young people like. Well, at least my daughter likes it. Lululemon. But a lot of this is a men's jacket. It took me a while to locate the actual comp, which is basically a sold listing. We actually need to go over that in the video. Don't let anything that I'm saying, throw it in the comments if you like. I need to know what that terminology means, and I'll answer them over the coming weeks and coming months. I'll just answer them as quickly and as fast as possible, but don't let not knowing terminology slow you down. But the comps are basically completed listings on whatever platform you choose or select. And locating a product like this, I'm going through the thrift store or whatever store you have, retailer. I'm looking for quality. Boom, I see the quality of this. This looks good. Oh, let me see the label or a label. Oh, I see it's Lululemon, and let me see if it's authentic. Now, verifying authenticity, I can't even say that word. That's why I know I probably shouldn't say it. But to ensure that a product is authentic, in the Lululemon case, is very challenging. But you're going to want to look at tags. How is the quality of the tags? You want to look at buttons. And in this case, if you were to go all the way down into the pockets right here, this is an item. You'll see that there is you'll look at the zippers, and the zippers look great on this one. I'm sorry I couldn't really get the whole thing on there, but this is a nice little jacket. It's actually too big for me, but it is a very nice jacket. There's also some type of serial code inside the label of Lululemon that you can use. There's also smaller little Lululemon logo right there. But I was able to find this online. It took me a little while. That's what took me an extra 10 minutes just to locate, to ensure that though I had to pay this amount of money for it, can I make double my money? Can I make 100% profit? Not 100% profit. Can I make 100% return on investment? Meaning, if I buy it for 10, can I make another 10? If I buy it for 20, can I make another 20? You have to value your time, and especially when you're a small time seller, making 5 to 15%, which is the standard. 15% is a standard retailer will only make 15% on their cost of goods sold. They will only make 15%. I don't have the amount of value to justify only making 15%. I spend $100 and I only make $15. I don't have enough time, but I do have enough time to buy something for 20 and make 20. So that basically washes it and make another 20. I do have enough time to buy something for 50 and make another 50. That's 100%. What was I saying? Basically, that means you make 100% of your return on your investment or something like that. But we'll talk about I'll talk about different ways on how to just value your time. But this one, I'm anticipating trying to 5 to 6x this. So if it's, I got it for 20, I'm going to be trying to sell this for at least 60. The condition of it, I might get it all the way up to, I saw a comp for $99. I think it's out of print. It's a men's, the spring is coming along. This is like a track racing coverall. People do have rain that's coming and so forth, so that's what I'll be able to do. But that was just a quick secondary video. Hopefully this video gave you some information about packaging. The last video hopefully gave you some information about how to navigate your time, and then the next video we'll just go video to video. Every time I'm trying to drop off something, I'll just give you a quick 5 to 10 minutes of me talking about various ways to make a secondary income no matter what age, particularly the age of over 35. I'm over 40, so I speak to that crowd, but this crowd, it can range for anybody. And so let me hurry up and get this done, get over to this UPS store. I would turn the video around, but it's going to get blurry. I don't know what I'm going to do, but hopefully this video saves and so forth. Thanks for joining me. What did they say? Subscribe and put your comments. What type of videos do you want to know specifically? Let's talk about eBay, Amazon, and Poshmark over the next couple weeks, and then we'll add in some of these other auxiliary places like Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, and the such, on how you can even on your neighbor app. I forgot the app of that is. But thanks for joining me, and we out.